on.
All right. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Intentional Living Live, where we take little topics that are affecting us every single day that we may or may not be aware of, and making choices to live our life more intentionally, more on purpose. And I am Marian Horan, a health and wellness expert and independent consultant with Arbonne International, and I am joined by...
And I am Tina Fenton. I also am a consultant with Arbonne International, and I am a yoga therapist, and I am just navigating this life intentionally. So just sharing our little nuggets that we learn along the way.
I know, it sure is a journey, isn't it, Tina?
Absolutely.
So what we're going to be talking about today is the proximity principle, and how we are more a combination of the people that we spend the most time with. Tina, you have a quote. Could you please read that?
I do. And everybody's probably seen this. It's from Jim Rohn. It's "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." But then as I read on, we never count ourselves in there. And our mind and our thoughts can be very impressionable to our actions. As well as the people around us. So yeah, we are greatly influenced on the way we think, our self-esteem, our decisions, our lifestyle, from the people that we surround ourselves. Our environment is a huge factor.
Huge. So what that is, I mean, there's so much science that even goes into this whole principle. You know, it's been studied and researched. Like Leon Festering, he did a study at MIT that really honed in on the laws of attraction. So the principles of attraction really are that we are attracting like beings to us. So, you know, whether it's number one, we have a lot of similarities. So it could be the same age, same socioeconomical background. It could be, you know, certain characteristics. Maybe they got blonde hair, you know, a lot of things that are like-minded. We have this similarity in common. Another principle of attraction is proximity. Whether or not we're in close quarters with people. I mean, I know my family has a big impact on my ability to be intentional, but it's also like your home, your work environment, you know, the people that you're seeing every day on the street as you're commuting to your work. It's also the people that you're engaging with on social media. There's another principle, reciprocity, which if you are sympathetic with someone, if you understand them, if you accept other people as the way you are, there's more attraction to them because everyone wants to be understood. Everyone wants to be heard. Another way to attract people through the law of attraction principles is if you're in shared experience. Now, this could be a stressful experience. It could be anxiety. My mind instantly went to Speed. Remember that movie with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock? Like they hated each other at the beginning of that bus ride, but there was a lot of romance afterwards. So like they had that shared experience, and that shared experience really brought them together to a new higher ground, a positive bond that they shared between us. You know, using these principles of attraction, they're really a great way to examine a lot of the relationships that you have in your day-to-day life. I know you can either be an expander or you could be a compressor. So Tina, have you ever heard of those terms, expander, compressor?
No, I'm curious about them.
Okay, so expanders are something that sounds really fantastic to me. It's not just I Googled it, and the most thing that came up were these palate expanders like my son had put in when he had braces, but it's really more of the ability to expand other people's thoughts. You know, it's pushing you to be a better person. It's taking you to new challenges. It's supporting you and encouraging you. It's when you're with them, you feel at ease and you feel clear and you feel like you could be the best version of yourself. So, I mean, sometimes I like to think that I'm an expander for a lot of people in my business because I'm allowing them to feel better, look better, have more power. But, you know, there's a lot of people that aren't expanders, right? There's people that are on the opposite end of that spectrum, which they are compressors. So these are your toxic like people, whether they're making you feel small, they're harshing your want to be creative. You know, they're the critical voice in your mind. Like, you shouldn't do that. You can't do that. Don't go there. Don't do this. You know, and I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people in my life that I could classify as compressors. And I choose my time with them very wisely because it's not uplifting. What do you think about that, Tina?
Well, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because you know, this is something that I have firsthand learned experience over the last few years in both ends, the expander and the contractor. You know, as I was on this journey with my Lyme, I had contractors in my life, and then I met expanders who had introduced me to Arbonne, but introduced me to a world of people who really value their health first. So, you know, it made me think a lot about, when we were preparing for this, how my community has changed to support me on this journey of health. And it's hard at times. And I found this article that kind of sums it up for my experiences over the last 3 years. And what it is there's a few reasons that the 5 people that we should choose to have the majority of our time in our inner circle. So now we're going back to the intentional living here.
Yeah, because
Marianne and I do what we do. She gave you a little bit of the science and a little bit of the stuff going on. Now I'm going to give you like the layman's terms, why we should be intentionally living and choosing the people that we spend the most time with. So first is our intellect needs to be stimulated. So here's your expander. We should always have people around us that are encouraging us and pushing us a little out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Our comfort zone, I always say this all the time in my yoga classes, our comfort zone is a great place to be, but nothing ever grows there.
Yeah, no.
So by having people, we need to move forward. We need to grow. So having people around you that push you intellectually, which I'm not saying like you're talking, you know, science but people that are pushing you out of your comfort zone to meet your goals, to really find your full potential inside of you. And this could be anywhere from health to careers, to finances, to relationships.
Creativity even.
Yes, everything. They're challenging your mind and they help you grow. So the second one is, when you surround yourself with people that you value and respect their opinions, and they share their opinions, you are going to grow yourself. Your opinion of yourself is going to drastically improve. As they share with you and they support you and lift you up, it's just, you're surrounded with positivity, essentially. So you are going to grow your opinion of yourself, which is that 5th person in the circle, your own mind. So you have to really pay attention to your own thoughts, your own actions, your own feelings. So spending time with people that you respect and value. The third one, you may gain a mentor and become one. So this was huge for me. And I just had this conversation the other day, which was crazy, with one of my team members. So you gain a mentor, and there's someone that and this is where the proximity principle comes in. If you aspire to be something, then you find people that are there and you hang out with them.
Yeah.
Because then you are going to just exponentially grow to that level. Where we're always with people that don't aspire to have the same goals as us, and they're very happy right where they are, which is fine. That is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they're not going to push you forward.
But they're not, right. They're not pushing you, because why would they? They want you to stay with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I even had someone say that to me once. You have way too many goals and dreams. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting for them. That's their choice.
Right, for them. So you want to be around others that you aspire to be. Those are your mentors. Those are the people you lean into. So it could be personal relationships. It could be professional. We don't say, hey, you're my mentor. No, you're my friend.
Yeah.
But then we also have professional mentors. And I have some fabulous professional mentors.
I would love to add that I add any book that I'm reading, you know, like Rachel Hollis, she's like a mentor. Debbie Neal, another mentor. Like Mark Hyman, great mentor. Like we have this ability to have access to so many Hal Elrod, you know, there's so many that we have access to because we're living in this digital age. We're not really confined to just our neighborhoods anymore.
No.
We have the ability to have these mentors. And a lot of them even reach back out to you. If you write them an email, if you comment on them, they are in community with you. So it's really wonderful.
And especially right now with everything going on, we've become so digital.
Yeah.
Everybody is very hands-on. I know I'm in a private group right now, a mentor community, and it's Jerry Rosenthal, and it's great. I feel like he's talking to me every week. It's wonderful. But so you want to gravitate to people who you respect, hold in high regard, and discuss areas that you're comfortable discussing areas of your life with, your goals, your aspirations, but then be open to others looking to you as a mentor. Someone called me a mentor the other day and it like stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, what? They're like, you're my mentor. And I was honored. And I realized like you walk up the ladder before others and they start they want to follow you up the ladder. I had someone above me who was like, hey, join me up here. I'm like, all right, I start climbing. And now I have people climbing up with me and it's just amazing. So that's really important, thinking about mentors in our life. And you most likely, this is the big one, and this is probably the hardest one for all of us. We most likely will develop healthier habits when we're around people that have the habits that we aspire to continue to cultivate.
Yeah.
So this one hits really close to home for me. And I know many people when we're on this health journey and it's like, I don't understand. Step back and look at your environment. Who are the people you spend the most time with? Yeah. Bottom line, significant others, children, parents,
mom groups,
best friends, work environment, the people that sit in the desks next to you if you're back at work. So our result when we start to look at that, and we have to sometimes change that.
Gotta edit.
Or put boundaries up around it and explain, this is what I'm doing. I need you to be on board and support me in this because this is my goal. And it could be professional too. This is not just health goals, but like professionally, when we are not supported professionally with the people closest to us, it affects our health. Let's go back to last week's YouTube about emotions.
Yeah.
Think about how that feels when you're in a home. You love what you're doing. You have the goals to create. Like for me, I'll talk just for me, my business. I don't have a network around me. I do now. I shouldn't say that. I didn't have a network around me that supported my dream of building my own health and wellness business. I do now, and my business is thriving. Yeah. It's so important. So who do you spend your time with? The people that you do fun activities with, are they the fun activities that align with your goals?
Or values.
Exactly. We won't ever thrive if we are spending all our time with people that don't have our values, don't have the same goals, who do not do the same activities, who do not have the same beliefs and careers, and the possibility of doing and being able to do anything. So bottom line, your health habits are going to be affected by the people you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
Tough love right there. It's just reality. It is reality. So if they think the opposite of you in all areas, you have to really sit with that because you're swimming against a tide all day long.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a deep breath.
I know for sure. I mean, just speaking from personal experience, it is very hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel if you're constantly having boulders taken in on your journey through the tunnel. Oh, you can't do that. You're not going to be there. And a lot of it even comes from ourselves. Like we self-sabotage so much.
Because we have those limiting beliefs in our head, and when the people around feed them, they're going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
When you're around people, there's another quote that I hear all the time. I'm going to mess it up, but the sum of it basically is people that are successful are never going to make fun of people under them.
Oh, yeah, I know the quote you're talking about. Yeah.
Because they know they were there.
People in the arena can't say, yeah, what's that called?
Brene Brown with being in the arena. If you're not in the arena, I'm not going to.
I don't want your opinion.
Right. So, and then the next one ties into it more closely of like your significant other, your really personal relationships. As you shift your values and your goals and you start to surround yourself with mentors and friends and people with those goals, you're going to have others gravitate to you that aspire to have the same goals and values and aspirations. So a significant other may come along for the ride because you're going to attract people who are positive, that are amazing, that are conscientious about their health or their careers or the way they want to live this one life that we have. And that's a cycle of self-improvement. As more people come in that have the same values, you're all just lifting each other up. That's the proximity principle right there.
Yeah.
And that will cultivate awesomeness, and it'll just continue to perpetuate itself.
We're vibing up here. We're vibing up here.
Well, that's it. We're vibing higher. And it just becomes that vortex of surrounding yourself with positive people. I got chills. So I ask you, this is the tough love again, to be honest with yourself. Are you ready to grow? Who do you spend the most time with? Who is your community now? Who's the community you aspire to surround yourself with? When we're surrounded with the right people and we're in a good place with ourselves, we thrive. I am lucky to have found that in my health and wellness journey in Arbonne. I have so many mentors. I have so many friends. I have so many people that lift me up, and I in turn lift them up. And now I'm mentoring others and to do the same. And people are coming into my life that cultivate that self-improvement. And I can't stress it enough that we have to stop. It's hard. And look at who surrounds us, who lifts us up, who takes us down. And are we willing to sit in the down, or do we want to be up there? And there's no judgment around it. We all get to choose, but you can't have both. It's hard to have both.
Yeah, it's really important that you do choose because you are your best advocate. Mm-hmm. Like there's no one going to fight a war for you. You have to be doing this for yourself. It's something that is definitely not easy, but if you have an expander in your life, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So coming back to why we do this every week, to close us out for today.
I love you.
Intentional living. We all have choices on how we want to live this life. We can educate ourselves. We can be open. We can be inviting in of others, as well as looking for people that lift us up and have our goals and values. And some of you may even be like, I don't know what my goals and values are. So
I'm pressed to figure it out too.
Right. That's where you begin. What is your mission in this life? This is Hal Elrod. What is your mission in this life? And then what goals can help support that mission? Who do you know, or start seeking out people that support that mission and support your goals? Yeah. That's your community. That's where you're going to thrive. And that's where you're going to live intentionally. Mic drop.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so true.
All right. I'm fired up. Can you tell? Now I get it with Debbie Neal. Like I am fired up. I get it. So go out there, live your best life. Be intentional. What a gift we have to live this life.
Every day.
We get to choose how we want to live it. So, victim mode can be there, but that's your choice. Thriving, reaching, expanding, climbing that ladder, that's your choice.
Yep.
How do you want to live this one intentional life that we have? All right. Thank you. Have a fabulous day, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you. We love you.
We love you. Bye.